Close enough. So today is the last day of my week-long social media cleanse. Today is day 7. And I'm gonna talk a bit about my experience with it. It has been absolutely phenomenal, to put it all in a nutshell. Such a great little time. I'm just gonna sort of talk about my experience with it, and that will be this video. Basically, in the past, I've done days. I've done a couple of days, 3 days without social media. Now, obviously, when I was growing up as a kid, I didn't have social media around until I was probably in my teens, so 13, 12, all that sort of age. So there was my whole childhood didn't have social media in. But if we're talking about since I started social media, I've had these days, odd days, where I haven't been on it. And that's just because maybe you're out camping, or you're just doing so much in a day that you never go on social media. Or, well, quite frankly, only within this sort of year that I've been doing YouTube quite seriously is when I've really been doing a lot of... The social media has only been a large part of my life for about a year, because that's sort of the time frame where I've really focused on YouTube and connecting with people. But just in the past, being off social media was sort of, oh yeah, we're going camping, or it wasn't something that I put my mind to it, like I'm not going on social media today. It's just, it happened. But to have a week where you strictly say that you're not going to touch social media, you're not going to go on it, you're not going to post a YouTube video, you're not going to post an Instagram, you're not going to reply to a comment, you're not going to do any of this, that is so liberating in a way. It could be sound really crazy, but it is. It's extreme. I think it's healthy, even if you are a person who doesn't have one issue with social media. I didn't have any issues really. Just taking even a day off I think is really great. From now on, I'm going to turn every single Saturday and maybe every single weekend into just no social media. I think... Oh, okay, let's go into the in-depth why it's been so great. So firstly, the first day, you have these iffy days and it's just not going your way and everything. I was like, I feel like I'm going to have one of those days. So the Monday, I was like, it's going to be one of these iffy days where it's not entirely brilliant. I don't do much. Maybe I complete a few tasks, but it doesn't feel like I've achieved anything, and various other things. The first day was phenomenal. It was awesome. When it got into it, just the amount of time that you do save, you don't realize it, but reading comments, replying to comments, reading emails, and all this thing, it takes up time. And a lot of the time I'll wake up and I'll watch YouTube whilst I eat breakfast. But this time I woke up, I had breakfast, and I was not watching YouTube. So I was instead just appreciating my meal. And then when I was finished eating the food, I didn't carry on watching YouTube. I saved that time and I put it to doing something productive. The idea for it, for me anyway, was that I'm not saying that being on social media is negative and really terrible. I mean, because it is productive. What I'm doing on social media usually is replying to comments, or posting something, or looking at other people for inspiration. And I wouldn't say that's negative. I think it's very a positive thing, and it's productive. But what it does do all the time is set back the actual important things that I need to do, the tasks that I need to do in a day. So I had many tasks. I wanted to make a few videos for YouTube. Now, the past 3 videos before this one were all made during the week. That was really nice. I took days. I spent days dedicated to making videos, and then I just had days where I didn't even make a video at all. So I made 4 videos, if you count today, of this whole experience. And yeah, I had those sort of things that I wanted to do, YouTube videos. I had my own personal projects that I've just set back for months and months and months, and I was like, alright, I have the time to put into it, put the time into making this project. So I actually completed one of my personal projects, which is exciting. I got loads of homework done. I just feel like I was much more productive. Pardon me for jumping in and ruining the flow of the video, but I realized I forgot one really important aspect of this whole experience. Now, you know that I said, I said that I feel more creative and more productive from having this week off. This is my dog. And that's so true, but I think the main thing that I experienced was that I had this freedom in my brain, in my head, especially after a few days. I had this freedom to think. Instead of being influenced by all the content I was watching, instead of comparing my work to other people's work, all I had was my imagination to go off. So when I was creating a film, when I was creating a video, or even personal projects, when I was doing anything, writing a script, anything like that, it was off my imagination and not based on anything else I'd seen. Now, I do think that inspiration is really important, and I think every creative person steals from another, and they take inspiration from someone else's work and they put it in their own. That is so true. There's pretty much no other creator that doesn't take inspiration from someone else. That's super important. But just to have this week where instead of all the time being inspired and trying to apply what I've seen in someone else's video into mine, instead of going down to the roots and finding my own creativity, instead of doing that, I'm going down to the roots and finding my own creativity from my own imagination. And that's what makes it so unique. That's my own idea. That's something I came up with instead of something someone else came up with and I just developed and tweaked it a bit. I came up with the idea. This was my brain. And that really is what distinguishes a lot of content from other people. And it was great. It was really nice just to have this freedom to think. And that is one of the, if you're a creative person, art, if you do film, if you write, if you do poetry, if you do painting, whatever you do, if you do anything creative, it's super important to maybe take yourself away from influence of other people just for a bit, and see what your brain can come up with. Alright, I'm gonna go carry on with the video. I took care of my body a bit more, so if I'm thirsty, I notice this sometimes, if I'm thirsty, I might tend to just scroll through Instagram, back from an adventure or something, scroll through Instagram instead of taking a drink, instead of hydrating. And so this time, I felt I was thirsty, and I was like, well, I don't have anything to distract me, I'm just gonna get a drink. It's the minor things, I think, that it helps you with, and you don't really realize it. Now, I'm not a perfect person, so there are loads of things that I do. I don't tend to scroll through Instagram or YouTube and get stuck in these, like, spend minutes and hours just scrolling and wasting time. I don't tend to do that. Obviously I do sometimes. I've found myself just scrolling and not really getting anything out of it, and then I just put it down. But just not having anything to distract you in any way, I think is really cool. In the long scheme of things, if I ever do like a big cleanse again, obviously I'm going to do every weekend without social media. But if I do anything long, I don't think it would be quite a week. I'm not too sure. I think a good thing is, if you have this big thing coming up, if you have deadlines, I think it's important to have these weeks off. Maybe 5 days would be optimum. I feel like the 6th day and today, I'm ready to come back and post something. I'm ready to read the emails or whatever, reply to them. And I just feel cleansed and clean, which is, it's been cool. That time where I feel like, should I just go on my emails, I just go outside instead. That's really nice, getting more outdoors time. But I think if you do have deadlines, it would be great to be able to just free up a week of doing something. So I've got exams coming up soon, final exams. I think then I'll definitely be taking like 2 weeks off social media to just focus on revision. I'll probably still watch YouTube videos, but much less, and just have this 2 weeks off. Any distractions, don't worry about posting anything, don't worry about doing anything, just sort of getting that rest and recovery time in, but also just chilling out and revising and getting a lot of work done. Basically, in a nutshell, it's been a really productive week, and it's been super fun. I definitely recommend it. If anyone joined me, let me know, and I definitely recommend anyone who didn't join in to maybe find a time. It's really good if you're doing school, if you're a student, try and do it in your holidays, and it makes such a difference. Usually you get back to school and you're like, wow, that holiday went so quickly, I wish I was still at holiday. But if you don't have social media, you're so much more aware and productive and everything, that you feel like that holiday was very fulfilling, very worth it. So that is it for me. I'm gonna play football with Betty in this field, barefoot, in the cold. It's not that cold. Anyway, feels good, feels brilliant. I'm excited to be posting more. I hope you have been enjoying the videos that I made this week. Some of them were super fun. It's definitely cleansed me and given me a new mindset to approach different things. So it's a really fun experience. I recommend do a long journey like that, a week, 7 days off. It's super fulfilling. Thank you for watching. Stay happy, stay humble, keep smiling, stay positive, and I'll see you very soon in a video or a live stream. I think it'll be a live stream next time. Okay, goodbye.